everyone. Welcome back to the Jill Lublin Show. And I'm so delighted you're here today. And you will be too. In fact, you'll get happier, I'm sure, because we have Betty Lee. She is a certified happiness trainer by Marci Shimoff, who is a well-known international bestseller author of Happy for No Reason. And Betty teaches concepts and practices to empower seniors and entrepreneurs. She has great personal experience and incredible expertise because, really, as an award-winning real estate broker in San Francisco, California, for over 20 years, Betty brings all of her expertise and experience to you today. We're going to talk about happiness. Welcome, Betty.
Thank you very much, Joe, for having me on your show. And shall we get started? I'd like to share 3 happiness tips that your audience can benefit personally and professionally.
Beautiful.
Okay? All
Great.
right. So, 3 happiness tips are: 1, smiling instantly lifts your mood and others. In business, people want to work with hire people whom they like and they trust. Number 2, think of one thing you're grateful for and share your win with others. Even if it was a tough transaction concluded, thank your customers. Thank you very much for hiring me. Who do you know I can help? Referrals are the easiest source for new business. And, their referrals could be a lot easier to work with. So, number 3, write down 5 things you do that bring you joy or joy to others. As entrepreneurs, we all work hard to for the benefit of ourselves and our family, right? So, are you even spending time to enjoy, spend time, do fun things with your family and friends, and also taking self-care? It's spend time on that. So do something that you enjoy, because if you're running on empty, it's like a car without gas. You ain't going anywhere, right? So, and why is it important to be happy? Happy people have a better immune system, so you're healthier. When you are happy, your family and friends can be happier, and your community. So it's a ripple effect.
I think that's brilliant, Betty. And I do want to, I think your tips are so important and easy. Those were great. And thank you for that. And so on happiness, do you think it's long lasting? Like, how do you actually achieve that state? You gave us some great tips. How do we make it last?
Well, in my 30 to 60-minute presentations, I will teach more concepts and practices you can use right away and long term. Um, some concepts including changing habits in 7 parts of your inner home for happiness. Uh, Marci talks of a happiness set point, which is like a thermostat you can raise at will by changing some of your habits. So That's very interesting, right?
I love that. I love my happiness thermometer. I actually, you'll love this. I have a button that's a fun meter, and I like to set it on max. It actually has an arrow that I can move, and I like my fun meter on max and the happiness meter too. So I know, I mean, I know you personally. I've had the privilege and blessing and honor of working with you, and I know that you do show up happy. You do practice what you preach. And I know, and I'm sure, like all of us, you have your moments of unhappiness. And I'm just curious, what's your personal experience with happiness and unhappiness?
Well, my personal story is this. Actually, my late husband of 31 years in San Francisco, he had cancer 4 times,
Mm,
and couldn't work, didn't work for 20 years.
mm,
So I was very fortunate to be able to support us, as you mentioned, as an award winning real estate broker. And not only that, actually, I was able to remodel 5 homes in San
wow.
Francisco successfully and held for long term. And that actually is what saved this financially. So I could be a caregiver without having to run here, run there, sell real estate, which I did. I could also have, thank goodness, some financial wherewithal to support both of us. Um, so it and actually, I have to give credit to my husband. He was very humorous, and he did not complain throughout those 4 cancers. Um, kind of very interesting, kind of asymptomatic. Okay, so when he felt better, we actually did some, traveling, and so kid sense of humor, which we both have, is very important.
Yeah, and
So,
that very, very helpful, I'm sure. And in these moments of unhappiness that people might have, or, we live in a bit of tough times these days, what can people do? What's one thing you would tell them to do?
well, when you have a negative thought, think 3 positive thoughts
Hmm.
and look for something good and savor for at least 20 seconds. Ah, it's a beautiful day outside.
Hmm.
And one last thing, very important, I keep a gratitude journal. So at the end of the day, um, I sometimes I think, oh, I'll just write one thing, put it in there. And oftentimes it mushrooms into about 6 things, so many things and people we can be grateful for. And you will be one of them tonight.
Oh, thank you so much. And I appreciate that. And I'll just say, I do this practice. I actually, when I wake up, I speak 5 things I'm grateful for. And before I go to sleep, I speak 5 things I'm grateful for. My husband and I do this together to each other. And for me, just for those of you who don't want to keep a journal, just speak it. The point is acknowledge gratitude. And we all know that makes you a lot happier. True, Betty?
Yes, and I want to offer some wisdom from Marsha about husband and wife relationships
Yeah.
when she's having a little disharmony um, between she and her husband, or it could be with someone else in your family. They stop and they say 5 things they appreciate about the other person. No criticism, just what 5 things I appreciate about you. And then harmony and happiness is restored.
Yeah, I love that. And these are very simple things for each of us to do. They are manageable. And I think, Betty, that's what I love about you is making things manageable. And I know you've got a big mission on bringing things to seniors and making them happier and their immune systems better. And what better person than you, who's that symbol of joy and happiness. And, you've been through it too. So, you're believable and you're heartfelt. And of course, that's important because you know the ups and the downs, but you also, have learned how to make happiness work. Yes?
Yes. And just by her happiness thermostat is a set points composed of 50% genetics, 40% habits, and only 10% circumstances.
Wow.
So by changing some habits, um, uh, the 40%, it can actually affect 90% of the outcome. Isn't that interesting?
I love that. And that's reassuring statistics.
And I also want to mention just one very important concept. What is happy for no reason? We've all bought into the myth, I'll be happy when. I'll be happy when I make X amount of dollars, when I have the perfect relationship, when I've lost some weight. But you can be happy now.
With wherever you are right now. And I know,
Yes.
I think what I know is people are going to want to know more from you, and you have a wonderful free gift for them. Would you please let us know what that is? And of course, we will put it in the show notes too, so all of you know.
Okay, there are more free happiness tips on page 3 of my website, bettyleehappiness.com. It's called Inner Home of Happiness, and it has some more very simple tips you can use right away. And it's progress, not perfection. And you don't have to compare yourself with someone else. Main thing is take action. One action right away. No action, no change. Okay. Um, yes, or you can read, well, um, the book Happy for No Reason by Marci Shimoff. As Joe said, it's an international bestseller. So happiness is actually the common wish of mankind.
Absolutely. And go to bettyleehappiness.com. And I'm delighted to have you here and all that you give. And I know that your commitment to people's happiness is incredible. Thank you, Betty, for being on the show.
Thank you so much, Joe, for having me on your as your guest. I want to say I'm a graduate of the Joe Lublin Peer Experts Media Mastery. She is funny, she is insightful. You'll benefit a lot from it. Just go to her website, joelublin.com.
Oh, thank you for that, Betty. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you. And I appreciate all of you for watching, for listening. Yeah, go check out jilllublin.com. Look at the Media Mastery and come on in and let's play and let's connect and help you get your name out there. We'll see you again next time, everyone. Happy day.